out there on crutches before. He's in some serious doubt for tomorrow, it looks.
Yeah, no, look, he's certainly doubtful, but we're going to give him every chance to come up. Look, as I stand here right now, I'd say he's better than 50-50 to play. We're clearly done it Wednesday night, so the crutches are just a thing that we've got to keep the weight off as long as we possibly can. We've done stuff indoors that we're reasonably comfortable that he's going to give himself a chance. If there is a risk, we've always done it, we just won't play.
So does he sleep wearing those sort of icing leggings and stuff like that? Or?
He'll do whatever he needs to do to get himself a chance to play tomorrow night, and we know that we haven't got a lot of time for that to happen, but it was a pretty simple ankle sprain, and it swelled up quite quickly. It's just a matter of getting that swelling out because the pain's something that we can manage.
How does he feel about that? How's his confidence level? We've obviously spoken to him, and I guess at the end of the day, he's got to be confident.
He's keen to play. You know, his comment to me just before was he's 80-20 playing. That's the way he sees it, but you know we won't take a risk with him, and you know if there's any chance that he can't perform at his best, we won't go there. So that's a simple.
Sorry, Ken. How frustrating would it be you finally get Jacko back and then you could lose Westy out of your structure?
Look, that's footy. That's just the way it goes, and you know you can't help collision and you can't help accidents that happen, and you know that's simply happened at a training drill, and there's not much we can do about it, and that will continue happening in football, and we'll deal with it.
How much does it hurt your chances against Sydney though?
Well, I suppose the other question is he going to play, and if he's going to play, that's not going to hurt our chances at all. But if he's certainly not in there, you always miss quality players. I mean, Westy's a really important part of our side, but you know, as you said, I suppose we're lucky. Someone said, you know, if you finally get Jacko back, you lose Westy. Well, it'd be far worse if we didn't get Jacko back and we'd lost Westy. So we actually got a bit of coverage in areas that we need. But yeah, no, certainly. Anytime you lose a high quality player, that does take a bit of a whack.
I sense a bit of confidence coming out of the club this week. Are you feeling the same thing?
Yeah, look, I think we understand where we're at. We know we're not playing the football we need to play to compete against you know, the best teams in the comp. We're playing against the best one tomorrow night, so we need to bring some real adjustments to our game in simple areas, and it's not a lot of stuff that we have to do. We just got to get ourselves right in some simple parts of the game, and then we'll be okay. And I think the confidence around the club is the boys are looking forward to the opportunity. You know, like we did 6 weeks ago when we went to play Sydney, we weren't given much chance. We went up there and we believe in what we can do, and we know what we can do is good enough. But if it's a little bit off being at our maximum, we'll get beat.
So does that mean that everything has to go right in order for you to beat Sydney?
For both? Oh, well, I suppose that happens for both teams. If Sydney, if things are not right for Sydney, we'll beat them. And, that's no different in every game you play. And we need to play our best football to win. We need to play our best football to win every game in AFL. That's just the facts.
What was the thinking behind Jake Need coming in?
Jake's form's just been, really strong in the sample for over a month now. And look, to be honest, we nearly picked Jake the week before. We resisted the temptation to play him in the game, and this week his form just said he had to be picked, and that's what I like. I think if you've got to pick blokes because they demand to be picked, it's a really healthy position.
How do you think the team defence will go against Buddy and Tippett and Reid and Goods?
It's going to get a solid test. There's no doubt about that. It's going to get a solid test. But that's the exciting part. You get to play against, clearly the most talented forward line in the competition. I think everyone would nearly agree, and that's going to be a significant challenge. And it is going to be about team defence, because our defenders one-on-one are going to find it tough at times, and they're going to need some support. But if we can get some pressure on the midfield and our forwards are helping with that sort of pressure, I think we've seen over 2 weeks ago when the Hawthorn played, you've just got to keep that intense pressure at the ball against Sydney. If you don't do that, you get in trouble.
Is Cleary the man if Westy doesn't play?
Yeah, Tommy's likely. We've got Tommy and Paul Stewart there, so we've got two blokes of reasonably similar size, and what we can do and what flexibility it allows us to do. But we won't make that call seriously. We're going to check Westy out in the morning, and if there's any doubt, I won't play him. But if he's right to play, he'll be out there.
That's the thing that really stands out about Sydney now, isn't it? All the tall forwards. One of the biggest challenges about them.
Yeah, it's not just now. It's been there all year. It's unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think we all knew from the time Buddy agreed to go there that they were going to be a significant challenge with Reid, Goods, Tippett and Franklin in the one forward line. And then, what do? They throw Jack and McVeigh or Parker or someone like that amongst them and to cause some grief. So, look, they are real challenges of forward line, but hopefully we're going to give them some real challenges in our part of the team too.
Are you preparing for finals yet, Ken? You probably need one more win to play.
No, not even thinking about it. We're preparing for Sydney, and that's what we should do. I think you'll get the same answer. I know it's a way to ask the question, are we preparing for finals? I'm not. I'm preparing for Sydney tomorrow night, and we've got to absolutely bring our best game, and we're going to have a full house. It's going to be great to have all our supporters here again, and hopefully the boys can really put a strong performance on.
Do you expect between now and the finals that you'll have the chance to manage players and maybe rest players to get them in top form, or is it a little bit too tight for that to happen?
Oh no, it's not. Look, we haven't taken risks all year with players, and that's what you can't just get to the last 2 or 3 weeks and say you're going to do all these things to. What you got to do is make sure your form's really good, and that's the first and most important thing for us to do is get our form right, and then we'll make sure we give ourselves a chance whatever opportunities present themselves later on.
Is Jacko, where's his body at the moment? Is he close to 100% or?
Yeah, look, he's coming off a reasonable break, 5-6 weeks. But Jacko's done that before. Last year we played him off a 9-week break, and he just comes. He's one of those players that we're lucky. He comes back in pretty good nick. You would have seen him out there this morning. He's moving around fine, jumping well. There's no doubt in our mind that he's ready to play. Look, I'd love it to be his absolute best game he can possibly play, but I just want him out there to compete with the team.
He brings a lot more to the table, though, doesn't he, in terms of leadership and personality and.
Yeah, no, he is. And he's part of our leadership group. There's no doubt about that. And he's a bit of spirit around the football club. He does generate some energy, and we certainly know that. And the players know that. They know he's one of the loud ones around the group, and he certainly helps the other boys grow a little.
Sorry, you go.
Can the viruses plague the club this week? Has that been cleared out yet?
Sorry, the virus.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's okay. We've got to this part of the week, and we're really comfortable that everyone's well now and right to go. And we dealt with a little bit early in the week, and now we're pretty happy that everything's okay.
We just spoke to Jamie before. Is it? You might not know a whole lot about Team China, but is it exciting to get involved and to see a side like that take on the Port logo on their Guernsey?
It's fantastic for our footy club. We know, and from the day Koshi and Keith got here, we said we've got to grow our brand, and what a great way to grow your brand. You get to sponsor a team from China, and you've seen the enthusiasm of our group. I reckon if you were here watching earlier when we just had a photo shoot, the boys really enjoy it. And a different culture. It's really different for us, and we get to be a part of it. Hopefully, at some stage, the football club can grow into China, and we can actually take a game there at some point, and make it a really worthwhile connection between both countries.
Do you know if they've, it might not be a question for you, but do you know whether they've sort of been shown around the club and that sort of stuff? Or
They only landed this morning, so they're going to get a bit of a quick tour of Adelaide and everything else for the next couple of days. Of course, they'll be around the club tomorrow. They'll be in amongst us as far as getting ready and seeing what the game's like, and they'll experience. 50,000 people at Adelaide Oval. It's a lifetime experience for them, and they'll get some really good times out of that. And then they'll go and play, as he said. I think Jamie called it some might say it's in the group of death. He's got some challenges in front of him, the coach, but I'm sure he'll take it on. And their enthusiasm, they won't go down because they haven't got enough enthusiasm.
What would be your advice? He asked for some advice.
Outscore the opposition.